All right, tubers. Matt Emery back once again, trying another live stream here. I know many of you guys are going to be able to make it, but we'll give it a try. I'm not on a network right now. I'm just using the cell network, not a Wi-Fi network, so we'll have to see how that works out. But I'm going to be walking around the town, so you guys are just going to see my face for a minute. I'm going to try to walk and show you guys what this beautiful town has to offer. So let's turn you around here. There we go. Not going to be answering too many questions on this. This is mainly just a little walkthrough of this little town. I've had a lot of people asking me what it looks like. Got a dog barking over there. I'm going to try to do this as smooth as possible. This Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus has very good image stabilization, I've noticed. Here is the beautiful Moore Memorial Library with the add-on. They actually did a very, very good job with this library. You can see this is actually the new section right here. This was added on about 10, 15 years ago. And then the older section is in front, and I'll show you what that looks like as we go by. Really, really beautiful area. It's actually starting to rain, so I don't know exactly how long I can do this for, but we're going to give it a try. This is where they have a lot of the children's books. And then this transition area right here, you can see the new to the old, and they, like I said, they did a very good job of matching it to the other part of the library. The old part of the library over here, built in the late 1800s. This, again, built about 10, 15 years ago. Hope you guys are really enjoying this. We'll go down real quick and I'll show you what it looks like down here. There's something in the future I would love to ride, but as you can see, unfortunately, the elevator is out of order. This is it right here. And apparently, yeah, I can definitely, but yeah, I don't know if the camera will focus on there, but yeah, elevator is most definitely out of order. Walking down here, there's a quiet zone, so we got to be really quiet. This is their little computer center, which it doesn't appear they're actually using it today, but you can see they got some tables in there, laptops and desktops set up. This is where people can go down and just kind of a quiet place to do their work. Very, very cool. Little nice benches down here to sit on. Ooh, I better watch my head. This is pretty short. All right, let's head back up. I'll show you guys the front of the library here. Beautiful trees here. This has been here, probably close to 100 years. Got the bench here that actually says Greene, established 1792. You got some pictures of houses here. That's pretty cool. That's all inset into the concrete there. Very cool. And here it is, the Greene Public Library, which we will not be going into because it's closed. It's Sunday. You can see the sign up there. And you guys can see this. I've done videos of this on my channel before, so you guys can go back and look at that. But really pretty. Very, very historic area. We'll go ahead and walk downtown a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like. Again, I'm trying to hold this as steady as possible. I know I need to get myself like a little selfie stick again, but I totally forgot to bring it with me. Here we're walking down, what is this, Genesee Street? And it's the corner. This is South Canal Street. Interesting fun fact. The reason they call this Canal Street, or this case South Canal Street, is years ago, back in the 1800s, there used to be a canal that started right up there on the hills. You can see where the hills start, and came all the way down here and went all the way down towards Oxford and Norwich. This was flooded. It was a man-made canal which shut down, I would say, maybe about 20 years after they started, because they couldn't keep it up. They couldn't afford to keep it up. And when that happened, they basically just graveled it over, and then eventually the pavement came, and you see what you have today. Kind of a fun fact about this town. Now over here we have the Chamber of Commerce, which again is closed. I'm doing this today because a lot of these businesses are closed, mainly so people don't complain. Ha 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 ha. Villages. This is the Village Hall up here. And right here is the clothing bank. This is where you can come and you can get free clothes. It's open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 10 to noon. You can bring clothes. You can just take stuff here, basically. It's a clothing bank. And they ask you to leave a donation. And yeah, works really well for the town. I actually got a few pairs of pants from here just this last time. Next, we have Nathaniel Greene's Public House. Very nice tavern with quite a few good menu items. Let's see what they got on the menu. Looking at the burgers here, they got the classic burger, one jumbo burger made simple. The A1 burger, half-pound burger topped with caramelized onions, garlic, mushrooms, cheese, finished with A1 steak sauce. My dad would love that. You guys can kind of pause the video if you want to read a lot of this, but they got flatbread pizzas. They have the sandwiches, the Natty's Philly, thin slices of 100% USDA beef with sauteed onions, peppers, and cheese. Ooh, that does sound good. You got the French dip, thin slices of 100% USDA beef smothered in au topped with caramelized onions and provolone cheese. That kind of sounds like, I can't think of the name of it. What do you call it? Kind of like beef tips. The classic Reubens. They got a lot of good selections here. And I've eaten here before. The food's actually really, really good. This used to be the old hardware store. Unfortunately, that closed a couple of years ago, to the dismay of most people in the town. And you can see why. It was actually pretty big inside. This is where they used to have, if my phone will focus, there we go. This is where they used to have the fixtures. They had like bike tube ties. They had camping gear and stuff all on this side. And used to take two spots, and then on this side here is where they had the normal hardware stuff like hammers, nails, saws, wrenches, and things like that. Very sad. I really wish it was still open. You see they're storing some refrigerators. Looks like an old freezer there. Max Neal says good quality and very smooth. Yes, that's because they just installed a new 4G LTE cell tower right outside of town here. Right here we got the Village Cafe. This actually burnt down a few years back, but it's open again. Never eaten here, though I know some people that have, and they say that the food is excellent. Looks like it's closed today. They're your business hours. If you want to come and see it, you can always give them a call, let them know. But they got plenty of room in there. I've actually been in here before, but never actually ate there. Let's see if I can get a... My phone is not going to cooperate. It's too tinted, but you have to take my word for that one. And down here we have Focus Salon. Focus Salon. Give the gift of relaxation. I think they do massages here. They do pedicures, manicures. I think they do hair too. Very, very cute. This is really a nice town. I've actually visited here for so many years. It's almost like I've lived here, and I hope I never have to stop coming, because something catches me every time I come here, whether it's the Village variety, a new antique store, or secondhand shop. Just such a cute little town. There's Century 21 Realty. Real estate prices around here are actually very, very competitive. We'll show a couple houses. I was actually looking at this here the other day. This one's right in Smithville, which is right outside of town. $64,500. It looks like for a it's either a manufactured home or a trailer. But the housing prices here again are very, very reasonable. I mean, you got this one here, which is in the town, 149,000, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,100 square feet. This kind of house where we are would be about double that, to be honest with you. And then we have the good old Sherwood Hotel, which unfortunately is closed once again. They just cannot keep this thing open. It's very sad because they actually just put about $10 million in it. You can see up there it says the Sherwood. Very, very nice hotel, especially when it was open. But they just recently they replaced the pillars, they replaced the porches, they redid all the wood on the porch, they repoured the concrete. And as you can see right now, unfortunately, it's going down, it's decaying at this point, but still very, very nice. Still very nice hotel inside from what I understand. Yeah, another one with a bad muffler. I don't know if they're fully closed or not because you can still see they got the sign here. If you guys want to check out that hotel by the website for the hotel, by all means, check it out and let me know. Probably have a chance to do it before I do. There you go. First hotel in Greene, erected on the site in 1803 by Thomas Waddles. And there was a name for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it burned down, and then they burned this. They built this here. A lot of trucks use this street as a cut through, the Genesee Street. So you can cut from one highway, or one state road, I should say, to the other one, which goes right on the other side. Thank you. They're letting me pass. And we're coming to the other side of the town now. My arms are getting really, really tired. Let me try to pass real quick. People here are very nice. They'll let you pass without running you over, thank God. First thing we come to is Mimi's. Good old Mimi's Pizza. Typical Italian restaurant. Good food. I like their pizzas are pretty good. I like their calzones and everything. Not going to be eating Italian food today, though. Got to save that for tomorrow. See, we got 10 watchers and 3 likes. Awesome. I wasn't exactly sure what you guys would think about this, but I wanted to try something different. Here we got Neville Law Offices. Probably shouldn't show that. Really good place to eat. Bonnie's for breakfast and lunch. They're closed on Sundays, I believe. Let me see. Nope. They just close early on Sundays. They're the hours if you guys are interested. But yeah, really good food. They just renovated the inside. They put new carpeting down. You can kind of see a little bit in there. All the chairs are on the tables. But this place is booming during the week. You come here 7, 8 a.m. in the morning. Man, it's full, and for good reason. I recommend the pancakes and the sausage links, but I recommend that everywhere. Little music store here, which is I've never been into, but looks interesting. Fu Chow, the one and only Chinese restaurant in town, and I'm going to be going there tonight. I'm going to get myself some egg foo young. Really, really good food. You guys can check it out online, but I mean, they got the typical stuff you'd find, like orange chicken, double cooked or twice cooked pork, sesame beef. What else they got here? Mushu chicken and pork is really, really good. And of course, good old General Tso's chicken. But I'm going to be looking for the vegetable egg foo young. So there we go. $7.45. Comes with the white rice. So I'm going to be getting tonight. Stephen Barber, I want to answer this. I love the historic look of Greene, New York. I've never been there before, but would like to move there. Yeah, so would I. Such a gorgeous town, and you can tell very, very eclectic array of buildings. They were all built at different times, but they're all tasteful. They all look good. And one thing I'm going to show you guys, if you look right across here, you can see the good old clock tower, which still works to this day. Still reminds me of the one from Back to the Future. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There you go, tubers. Right up there is the old clock tower. And at noon, the whistle goes off, and every hour it dings for what hour. So if it's 5 o'clock, you hear 5, 6 o'clock, you hear 6, and so on. They had some issues with it a few years back, but it's working really well now. Let me move that back. Woo! And we're passing Rite Aid, which every small town should have. I'm not going to go in there because you guys know what Rite Aid looks like. This used to be a bakery and then a butcher shop, and it looks like they're going to open up this one again. You can see it says the butcher right now. It looks like they're maybe setting it up. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like they may be starting up again. You can see that it's got display cases there. Just some stuff in the background, so that'd be nice if they started this up again. Years ago, you used to be able to get fresh cuts of meat. They'd import the really good bread, the cassones, rolls from New York City, I should say. So yeah, really nice. Coming down here, yeah, Switchblade Alley. That's funny. This is kind of like a little Switchblade and little antique shop. Let's see. Welcome to our campfire where friends and marshmallows get toasted at the same time. I used to eat a lot of toasted marshmallows, but that's clever. I like that one. Welcome to our porch. And of course, probably my favorite one here, God Bless America. Very cool. Then years ago, this is now an Edward Jones Investments, but years ago, it used to be a local shoe store. I used to get a lot of my shoes as a kid here, probably from when I was, I would say, in my single digits till I was up to 15 or 16 years old. And I remember they used to have the Florsheim's in that window, the real fancy shoes like that. And then back in the day, and here we come to Village Variety, or the Variety Store. Watering, huh? Yeah. Time to water the plants. That is awesome. And I'll come down over here. That is pretty much the entire downtown area. There are a few other little stores, but you guys get the gist of how beautiful this little town is and how passionate I am about this town. I cannot wait to come back up here in a couple of weeks. We're going to be helping my aunt, but again, we're going to come and visit here at least for a couple of days. Looks like they're still stocking up. Okay. Yeah, he's not there. I was going to see the owner real quick, but he's not there. And then this is Tony T's. This is the other pizzeria / Italian restaurant in town, which I'll be honest with you guys, I actually like better than Mina's. That he has really good pizza. But he is closed Sunday and Mondays, and the rest of the week, Tuesday to Saturday, open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. But really good pizza here. He has a special one. It's like a white pie. It's a bacon ranch pizza, which is really, really good. What does that say? In-depth Bible study, 11 a.m. every Sunday. Oh, so they're Christian. Hey, that's a bonus. That is awesome. So we'll walk a little bit down here. I'm going to answer a few of your questions because they keep coming in. I am not answering any computer-related questions. That's not what this live stream's about. So please don't ask any computer-related questions. Okay, yeah. If you other guys want to help other people out, that's fine. But I really just want to show you this gorgeous town. They actually built this maybe about 10 years ago. The fire station used to be really, really small. It used to literally be just about the size of those two garages right there. Back what, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Back, I would say, let me think right here. Had to be about around 2005-ish that Raymond got bought, and then a lot of that grant money went out to the rest of the town, and that's when they added on the library, they built the bigger Greene fire department. But just again, just such a pretty little town. I know I've done videos before, but it wasn't that great a quality. So I'm hoping this one comes out a lot better. 12 watchers and 4 likes. All right, guys, if you really like this kind of video, let me know it. Please don't be shy. Hit that like button. This is the old school. My grandmother's neighbor Sandy says she remembers going here back in the day. They're not really using it for anything right now. This is kind of like an overflow parking lot for when they have like the pancake breakfasts and lunches at the Greene Fire Department there, because there's a huge multi-purpose room in there. This is pretty much where everybody parks in the old school. Stephen Barber likes New York and said he wants to see more video tours like this. Well, you're probably going to get your wish, because when we go back up, I'm going to try to do the same thing again with Wellsville. You can kind of see over there. I don't want to go down there, but you really can't see in, unfortunately. They've pretty much covered all the windows up. Maybe just a little bit in the corner here. Let's see. She's not going to focus, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's pretty much empty in there. It looks like they're using it for storage for the most part. See if I can get a little clip of the front of this old school here. Got some bees here. Luckily I'm not getting stung. I'm not really allergic, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Yeah, here's the front of the school. It's definitely seen better days. I think Sandy told me they're going to try to revitalize it and maybe use it as like a community center eventually. You can see it's got like the Gothic pillars here, or the Roman pillars, and up top it's got really nice architecture. Definitely an old building. I believe it was built sometime in the mid to late 1800s, so I'm thinking probably like around 1870, 1880-ish. Very, very cool. You can see they're definitely doing some work in there. I can see they got like